this one of your friends, Hoodle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take...
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Take this!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? Dance in the wind!
You're on!
Air thrust! My astral energy!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my
I'm not
shield's
brave.
for.
I just
Get
do what I
behind.
have to do. We won that by a mile!
What's this thing?
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! That training's paying off! Severing wind! Now! Here I come! You're finished!
Where are you going?
Do it!
A victory for the ages.
Maybe something's going on in the forest. Hi, Hoodle!
Here I come!
Radiant
Try harder! Not again! Severing wind! You're mine!
This will come in handy.
Now you see what I can do.
You're finished!
Wind astral surrounding us! Dance in the wind!
Can't get out of this.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
You're finished! Here I come! Wind!
Wind astral energy! One at a time! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well then, let's keep moving. A fish! You saw...
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Talka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. There's a nice breeze here. Hup. All right, once more from the top. Ha! I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Not too shabby, friend.
I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just do it.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard. This should definitely keep you guys full.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Looks like trouble.
Together, we've got this!
Airborne beast.
How's your feeling?
We've got flyers!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
You all yours! Blow them away! Not a chance! My turn! Here I come! Ignite! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart. When he slows down, that's our chance.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf.
Take this! Can't get out of this! You're mine! Go away! Stand back. I'll trip it up. No further! Win! You're finished!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that thing.
My lady,
Something you wanted to say?
you require a head.
No further! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
I think I'm getting stronger.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for one. Wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
You're mine!
Oh, you are good safe for that.
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I'm surrounded! You picked the wrong fight! First strike! Take that! Severing wind! An astral trace?
That's my cue. Never miss.
Shut him down! Severing wind! Blow them away!
I'll heal you all.
Not a chance! Eat this! Crush! Howling hurricane! Okay, here I come! It's on!
You may not know to say thank you and not to a Renan they don't.
Here I come! I'm not done! Severing wind! We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left.
Right, no time to hold back. Burn! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! That training's paying off! Take this! I'll smash you! I'll finish you here and now! You're finished! Now I can let...
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
man. I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Where are you going? I'm so good with airborne targets.
Take this!
Denied!
Flying free! Give me just so still! Seal, can you take care of this?
No sooner said, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! My turn! Take this! This time! I really know you well. Win!
Now!
First try!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! Not a chance!
Don't mind if I do.
Take this! It's over!
Here I go. I'm only getting started.
Come and get it! Mirage!
Do it!
Sorry! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Talka!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Finally, some open space again.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Not today! Take it! You're finished!
Where are you going?
You're mine! Take that! Flying free! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! That training's paying off! Soda!
Now, it's over! Astral energy! Full throttle! Certainly not bad. No complaints here. It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable?
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! It's time! First strike!
Photon or steel!
No further!
Here I go! It's not on mine! It's a duel the arc!
You got fire!
I've got it! Let a marksman have it!
All yours! Take it!
Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Talka!
Here I go!
Not a chance!
One more!
It's over! Blow them away! Now! Here I come! You're finished! Mirage! Here I come!
Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one!
Here I come! Already on it! I'm even stronger than before. This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
I'm like bait to them.
Here I go!
Ignite! I can do!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you as truly.
Denied! You're mine! Freaking toasted!
Now!
Tesoro!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cycla! You're finished!
Do it! Lock!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I need to be stronger. Don't get careless.
You tell me! Burn! First sight! It's over! Take this! Mirage! He's such a failure.
Radiant here! Sleep now. Where are you going? Into the shadows! Raging storm! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Photon, lightning again! I'm all just what the doctor ordered.
Not done
Here's
yet.
a healing arm. Ready! First aid!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
You're finished!
Raging storm!
Mirage! You're mine! You're finished!
Thunder field! I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
You're mine!
Here!
It's over!
This will come in handy. Healing storm! Raging storm! Hey, let's see that you don't get in trouble again.
Now I'm real mad! Here I come!
Lightning orb! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well done! Where are you going?
Here I come! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here, let me help.
Do it!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me at arm wrestling?
When have I not beaten you?
Right. I'll just go on ahead then.
This looks nice and tough.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
breeze. Get in, get out. You picked the wrong fight. Armor won't save you. You're finished. Here I come. You're finished. No, I can't get out of this. Do it. No place. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. See that? Do it. Training's paying off. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Now, here I come. First strike. I'll run you through. Far enough. Strike. Severing wind.
Do it!
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
A comfortable win.
What's this thing?
Brace yourselves. This one's tough. Ignite. It's over.
Don't mind if I do. Radiant here! We got Raging Cascade!
Destruction.
Seal!
First strike. You're finished.
I never miss!
Now. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
See that?
That training's paying off. I can carve through armor.
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Sure, I've built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahog Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of...
Get lost!
Take this. You picked the wrong fight. Severing wind.
One at a time!
Here I come. It's over. Take this.
The enemy wields arcs too.
We'll soon see about that!
Can't get out of this.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm sorry to be...
Demon's Descent!
Flashing bang.
With my comrades, I'm unstoppable.
And what about without them?
More stoppable?
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our...
Looks like trouble with capital T.
Together, we've got this. Destruction. Burn. It's over. Destruction.
Why'd you kill me?
To stop you dying?
This one's mine!
You're mine! I'll take you all off!
Now!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that thing.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? Paint now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
I've been doing really great lately.
Not today! Can't get out of this! Here I come! Here I come! You're finished! Destroy the dragon! You're mine!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint.
Nope, that'd be silly. Armor won't save my roll now!
You're mine!
Eat this! I can't heal you forever!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! That training's paying off! Stardust!
Where are you going? Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Like this should be easy.
I'm surrounded! Take this!
Take this! Burn in hell! It's over! Win! You're on! Here I come! It's over! This is looking good.
The tide of battle has turned.
That's the power of comrades in arms.
Comrades in arms. What? Do it!
Easy and smelly to me. Yeah! To me!
Win! Here I come!
I'll tear you apart!
Here I come!
Go away! In a vine?
Lightning orb!
I'm on a roll now!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
I can feel my precision improving. That equipment should come in handy.
Through these lands most verdant.
This won't be easy.
You're mine!
Don't be such a pessimist.
You're mine!
We have no energy! Banana, let's go!
no more. Got it.
Well done.
Win.
That one's mine. Do it. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. I can feel my power growing.
Guess I misread the letter.
Gotta break through. Here I come. Finish.
It's far enough. Here.
Here I come.
Take this.
Destruction.
I'm only getting started.
Burn in hell. I can carve through armor. I'm not done. Rising Rider.
Now.
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Talka. Here I go.
Take this.
Do it.
Blow them away.
Lightning
My turn.
again.
You're mine. It's over. You're on. Here I come.
Don't mind if I do. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Severing wind. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
Well, looky here. I never miss.
It's over. Here I come. Rip and tear. You're on.
Do it. Kitara, frozen.
Hammer. Now. Here I come. You picked the wrong fight. I'll finish you here and now. You're finished. Now I'm real mad. I'm on it.
Do it. Frozen.
Hammer. They got me flanked.
I never miss.
I can carve through. Not done yet.
Take it. Grab it on field.
Hurricane. Severing wind. Strike.
Thunder field. Arch field. Oh, that's on my watch.
Destruction.
Now.
Double me. In an instant. Impact block.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Gisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. Think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who can carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Take it! You're finished! Stay away from my friend! Destruction! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Here.
Far enough!
Take it!
Hear my call!
Here I come! You're finished! Can't end here!
Entertain me.
No escape!
I never miss!
You're finished! Here I come! You're finished! I'll tear you apart!
Enjoy.
Damn it! If only I'd been more careful. Go away!
You're mine!
I'll bring you back
It's
from
over.
death's abyss. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Take this!
Resuscitation! I'll heal you
You're
all.
on!
That's
Here's
gonna
a
feel
healing
like
art. Far enough. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Try harder!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Lightning orb! Into the shadows! Not done yet! I'll run you through!
Take
Let's
this.
get you all tucked away. I can't heal you forever. All right.
Can't get out of
Take this.
Lightning condemned! Here's a hero! Here, if it's in the sky, it's mine! Raging Storm! Here's a healing art!
Enjoy.
First aid! Heal force!
Here.
Gravitas shield! Go get it!
Take this.
Reload!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion,
Wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danons, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?